Just a second. Check. What's up, Burke? I don't know how bad the audio quality is this time, but I have to use the webcam microphone. I'm at my dad's place right now. But yeah, what's up, Burke Machine? Let's see where the chat is. Let's put it up there. I think that will be fine. So what I thought for this stream, by the way, let me know if you can't really hear me, but what I thought for this stream is people can just ask me any guitar playing related questions, and I'll be here to do my best on answering them. What's up, Buffalo Bomba on Steam? What's up, man? A bit different stream this time because I'm not at my studio. What's up, Mighty Ngulu? How are you doing? I think this will be like there won't be as many people watching, like if this is gonna be like a lesson stream. So I think that's gonna be like a good chance for any guitar player watching just to, you know, just ask me any questions about guitar playing. I can't believe it's Thursday. Oh, I had to double check that it's Thursday. Hi, Anastasian and moi official vote. And yeah, Panzer, you kind of trolled me a little bit because I was like, yeah, is it Thursday? Moro Alexi, what's up? I'm kind of confused that there's like already quite a lot of people joining for kind of a lesson stream. So yeah, feel free to ask me any guitar playing related questions. Yo, it's Thursday. Woohoo! Beer day. Is it beer day every day? Friday. Now I have to triple check that it's Thursday. What's up, Martin? I've been trying to learn the actually not really trying to learn, but I learned the notes for like the new Necrophagist. Not new Necrophagist, but it's a new song for me. Diminished to B. It's pretty fun. Fun song to jam, but damn those little tricks that song has. But yeah, any guitar playing related questions, feel free to ask. And at any point let me know if there's like bad audio quality or anything, because I'm using the webcam microphone. Hello Zoltan and Shivam. Onko kinkku jo ostettu? No, I haven't bought Christmas ham yet. Osaako sweepikata? Well, that's not kind of my, I guess, specialty, but let's see with my cold fingers. Shredding tips. I guess some licks. I tried to learn like the Serrana at one point, but with like distorted tone, it's not gonna sound too good. How did that actually go? Oh, I'm playing in wrong key, by the way. This is D standard. Shredding tips. Legato, alternate picking, sweep picking. What kind of shredding tips? I guess that kind of pretty much any shredding you do is pretty much all about kind of patterns you're playing, or kind of something that you already have learned and practiced a lot. So it's all about kind of being consistent when practicing certain patterns. So let's say you want to shred using like 3 note per string patterns while alternate picking, like. So in that case, if you want to play some like you pretty much. Why is the tone so weird, by the way? Oh yeah, I'm using different pick this time. I didn't bring like the regular picks, but yeah, this is kind of tricky to play with this, but it's all about patterns when you're kind of shredding. So let's say in this example you got like just a regular A minor, kind of a 3 note per string pattern. But what you kind of need to focus on is your right hand always does the same thing. It does the down, up, down, up, down, up. So it doesn't matter where your left hand is, right hand is always doing the same thing. So once you kind of get the right hand going, it's all about kind of memorizing the scale positions, kind of, so you can just kind of go to the next. And it's pretty much just building that muscle memory kind of a thing where you just repeat certain things like and once you actually get the kind of a muscle memory, you can play some really fast stuff, because you really don't have to pay too much attention to the playing, except when you're kind of shifting positions. But yeah, that's like a quick tip for like an overall shredding, I guess. But yeah, you can do the same thing with like sweep picking. Like right hand does the same thing all the time, left hand kind of changes patterns. So once you kind of, in sweep picking, you understand the kind of economy picking motion where you just land on the next string every time. It's not like individual pick movements. It's kind of a one smooth. Once you get that down, it's all about kind of learning the left hand positions and also getting the 2-hand synchronization. Hey Kobe, doing shredding now, watching you right now. I just read there's so many open strings that create unwanted sound. Let's say when you do the muting, it's kind of the main thing. There's like different things that can cause the unwanted sound, but kind of general ideas would be, let's take like a kind of this thing. The index finger mostly mutes kind of the thinner strings when I move down, or kind of to thicker strings. It's kind of always there, kind of a little bit touching the strings here. So this doesn't happen like. It's kind of like these other strings are kind of muted a little bit. They don't make any sound because of the index finger here. And the right hand handles kind of the thicker strings. So depending on your kind of a picking technique, you can kind of hold this part or this part against the strings, and it kind of moves a little bit when you're moving it. So that's pretty much kind of the, I guess, the base for that. And also the 2-hand synchronization is really important, so you don't kind of play double notes, and you don't have like 2 notes ringing at the same time. But yeah. Hey ho, Cobain. What's your fastest down picking time? I'm bassist, maybe I can keep up with you. Fastest down picking time. I guess the fastest song I've done is probably. I think something was like 250 probably. Well, it depends on how long I have to down pick. Like, I think Waking the Demon by what band was that? I'm sorry, I'm so bad with. Bullet for My Valentine. It's in drop tuning, but that is like 250, but it's like doesn't last too long, so it's pretty easy. So it's kind of a. But that Slipknot song E-War, E-E-Y, I can't even spell that, but that song was like 245, I think. And it's kind of a longer lasting, but yeah, it depends on the riff. EYR. What are you playing now? What's up? I'm pretty much answering any guitar playing questions. Hey boy, what's up, mom? Long time no see. Yeah, we just came from visiting my dad in the hospital, so long time no see. No problem, Josh. It's possible to give quick tips for sweep picking. Do you have like a certain problems with that? I'd say kind of the right hand is the kind of the key for that. And like I said like a while ago, it's all about kind of that. When you pick one string, you're kind of already resting against it. And after you pluck the string, you kind of go through it. Then you're kind of already resting against the next string. So that's kind of the sweeping motion instead of like single kind of a. It's like. And that's kind of the main thing for that. And I like to use this part of the hand to mute the thicker strings. So I don't even need the left hand for muting them. So it's kind of a. Something like that. Can you play Holy Wars solo, please? Love you. Thanks, Shay. I can't remember how to. I don't think I've actually learned that. Holy Wars solo. You mean the Mustaine like? I think it's like some pentatonic stuff here. Kind of a 3-note per string pentatonic. But, hola, Kirk. What amp did you use? I'm using Bias FX right now, and I've been using like modeling plugins for a while. I have a Roland Cube 40XL at home, which is like a small practice combo, and I have a Crank Revolution 1 in the band rehearsal place. But I use like mostly plugins just for the kind of simplicity and yeah. Eeyore is the donkey from Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, actually no, but I still don't know how to pronounce him. You should do Vector hardest songs. Yeah, that would be cool. Any tips on sweep picking? I'm trying to learn the first solo to Holy Wars right now. I put the pattern down, but the speed is difficult. I can check the tabs for that. I think it's like starts with like. I can't remember the notes, but I can check them soon. What was that amazing amp you're using right now? This is Bias FX, and I'm just using USA Metal preset boost off, compressor on. And let's see where my chat disappeared. When you're playing fast leads and parts with speed picking, you play every time up down movement or not? Well, that's kind of the difference between economy and alternate picking, and I kind of practiced both of them. And economy picking, where I do like 2 down strokes in a row in the kind of the next strings, like down, up, down, down. it's kind of really useful for certain patterns, but I try to practice kind of alternate picking for like alternate picking seems to be like more consistent to me than economy picking, but economy picking you can play some really fast and smooth stuff like yeah, there's some fret noise going on. Yeah, I haven't set this guitar up for the D standard. But yeah, I try to do like a little bit of both, and you can do some cool patterns with economy picking as well, like this one, which is like a 11-note group. And you can try to play that like really fast once you get it. So that's kind of economy picking gives you that you can kind of play like weird patterns more easily, because when you alternate picking, you can of course play fast using alternate picking as well, but it's kind of they kind of do two different things, and I'd say that it's, even if you want to learn economy picking, it's really useful if you learn alternate picking first, because I tried to learn economy picking first, and then my timing was like way off. I didn't have like that tight timing, but once I kind of learned alternate picking between the strings, I got like much tighter timing, and then when I use economy picking, I kind of have that feeling of that timing much better down. But that's kind of my personal experience with that. It's record. Hi, let's do collaboration, please. You can send me, for the Pantera collaboration, you can send me a sample of your playing some Dimebag stuff to my email, and that's kind of a cool way that anyone can collaborate with me, I guess. If you have like good enough equipment and you got them skills. What is your opinion on Kiko, Marty, Chris Broderick? Marty Friedman is probably kind of composition-wise my favorite, but I'm taking lessons from Chris Broderick at the moment, so he's a huge idol of mine, of course. And Kiko is just a phenomenal guitar player. So of course everyone who's played in Megadeth is like the best of the best in the world. But personally, just kind of they are all a lot different players, and it's just kind of a personal taste that I just love Marty's bends, and the bending and kind of you know, that kind of weird bend stuff going on. It's like really, and the chromatic stuff, it's so amazing. Can you play Seven Nation Army? Oh. Yeah, there we go. I'm using one and only chip guitar that high on action I think is very difficult to shred on this guitar. Yeah, for sure, like when you're starting out, it's really good that you have your guitar set up, because it's gonna make your guitar playing like much harder than it's actually supposed to be if you have like a bad guitar. And that's what I had for a long time. I just actually have one of my first guitars right there, and the action is just like insane on that. And so it's really hard to even riff like fast, because you have to, it's kind of like shredding or playing on an acoustic to some degree. But yeah, it's especially if you want to play fast stuff, it's really good that you have like it doesn't have to be expensive guitar, but it's good that it's like properly set up. So it might be kind of the best, I don't know, $50 you'll ever spend if you get your first guitar set up at like a local guitar store. It's a nice tip, thanks. Sweep picking, I'm specifically drawing on top note sweep with single finger. How can I overcome? Two note sweeps with single finger, like let's say, what kind of a patterns we have? Yeah, you mean like 2 or 3 kind of. It's kind of a rolling motion that your kind of a finger, whichever finger it is, it has to do. So it's kind of a, yeah, you don't really move it, you just kind of roll it a little bit. and you just have to find the position where each note kind of rings and plays cleanly. And what I like to do is, because it's really difficult for the kind of to get the synchronization for that, which I haven't practiced that much, but of course you can get down by practicing, is I use kind of the right hand to mute the strings. So I can just kind of hold this. So the muting comes from the right hand. Of course, when you're kind of going to thicker strings, you have to kind of twist it a little bit, like this is kind of over exaggerating, but it's kind of this little twisting motion you have to do. Have you ever tried playing an H string? Yeah, I've tried and I'm not good at it. Low the action. Yeah, by the way, with some cheaper guitars it's probably pretty hard to lower the action too much because you get lots of fret buzz. So it's depending on the guitar, like whether you can fix that with the truss rod or whether you need like an, fret filing, leveling the frets. But I'd say it would be really good if someone who knows more about that could take a look at the guitar and kind of say what is the cause for that. And also you will learn at the same time, like, okay, so if this happens, then that can be the cause for that. Because there's like there just could be, like, for example, one single fret that kind of popped out, and that makes the fret buzz, and it's about nothing else than that. Really want to start learning guitar. What equipment do I need, and what guitars would you suggest for beginner? Well, pretty much any kind of a cheap guitar from like a big manufacturer would do nowadays, and the quality is like pretty damn good for the price. So pretty much any there's like pretty much all of the big brands have like cheaper models, and you can just get started with pretty much any of those. And yeah, the setup is the most kind of an important thing, and also if you can afford it, it's of course good if you can buy a guitar that you really like the look of, and it makes you want to pick up the guitar. But you can pretty much get started with any cheap guitar with like 2 humbuckers if you want to play metal, and why not kind of I can't think of any words right now. Single coil pickups. Just pretty much any cheap guitar, big manufacturer, I think that should do. And there seems to be a bit of a lag here for some reason. Let me know if there's too bad lag at the moment. What equipment do you need? Well, guitar amplifier and guitar cable. And yeah, you could do it with plugins, but with like an audio interface instead of an amp. But I think you should get an amp first, so you don't have to think about how you can get the sound out of your computer. So you can just kind of plug the cable in the amp, put the amplifier on, tweak some sounds, and you're good to go. So I think that would be kind of and guitar picks, and maybe some extra strings. If you buy like a stock guitar, it might have like old strings on, so you might want to change them, but they don't cost like too much. Can you play solo of Blinded by Fear by At the Gates? How did that go? Oh, that meant. I can't remember what the picking pattern for this is. Something like that. Hey David, what's up? Hello Oliver. Yes, I tried to lower it, but the problem is string buzzing. Yeah, that's like it could be the truss rod, but it's kind of hard to say without actually seeing the guitar. Yeah, Coben, I sent you an answer to that. I just learned tremolo picking, and now I'm adding a special touch to what I'm playing. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it's fun when you learn like new stuff, and of course I'm learning new stuff all the time, so it's always not a nice thing. Cool guitar, thanks, man. Yeah, I love the Ibanez. How do I get lessons with Chris Broderick? Well, I was in kind of a waiting list for 2 years. I think you can send him a message. You can check his website out. But I think there's like a pretty long waiting list. But I waited 2 years and he replied me back like, or let me know like a few months ago that he's open for a student now. Favorite Chris solo in Megadeth? That's a good question because I haven't gone through the newer albums, but from what I've heard, from the songs I know, which song was that? I think there's like one of those songs that was on Guitar Hero. Can't remember what Guitar Hero, but there's this kind of like a little chord change in the background that makes it sound like really cool. Can't remember which song that was, but yeah. Opinion of Meshuggah and Frederick Thurdendahl. I think they're like pretty damn cool. I haven't listened to them that much, but at one point I was listening at the album that Bleed was on, and I think it's just, you know, it's pretty like relaxing to listening that kind of a, you know, that thing going on. I think it's like pretty cool. Marty Friedman, yeah, I don't like him, I love him. I'm in love with Marty Friedman. Babe, can I play Liberate? Damn, these comments, so many. Sorry, I can't, don't know how to play that. Chris Broderick, I mean, soittako kertoa vähän vai tonku levä. Can't please everyone, but thanks. Can I play Bleed by Meshuggah? I just know the basic pattern like that. I haven't practiced that kind of a. It's kind of a different from regular like thrash metal playing, where I like to do like a lots of like a. This is kind of a minimal motion, which I teach my students, by the way, to get the tone that I like. So, but it's like way too much motion to play that fast stuff. So I would need to learn kind of that different galloping and downpicking technique to get that. And there seems to be like lots of lag in the stream for some reason. I gotta go. Goodbye. Thanks, Oliver, for joining. And this is totally unrelated, but I love your shirt. Yeah, thanks, man. Is it this one or the Metallician? I love this shirt too, and this was my. I think this was my mom's actually, but yeah, she has a good taste in shirts. What year you started to play guitar? I think 2009, probably, or 2008. I would listen with Chris Broderick how to get them. Email him on his website. You see his email. Holly Benton makes really good cheap guitars. Yeah, for the price, like I said, nowadays you can get like even the Harley Bentons are honestly like really good instruments compared to the price. Like if you imagine like what the price is, it's like pretty much nothing, and you still get like a guitar which works. So it's just insane. And of course they can't compete with like 500 euros worth of guitar or like 1,000 euros. But yeah, it's like pretty damn good, and you definitely can get started with those. Do we have to count the amount of picks in this stream? There's only one pick I have here, unfortunately. Can this pedal or on an ordinary stereo amp? Why not? I don't think I understand the question correctly, but yeah, if FX pedals, if you mean, if it has FX loop, you can put there, or you can put in front. Yes, you can. Hello, Sushant Aishan. LTD. Yeah, for example, LTDs are like really good cheap guitars. Pimpeli Pompeli, what's up? What's up? 2 years. Yeah, I waited 2 years. Damn, I'm so far behind on the comments. What's your favorite scale to play? Oh, I love so many scales. I think Phrygian Dominant is one of the favorite, and also one of the kind of these weirder ones where you got like a shape, like a... or like this. I think those are like really cool. And if you have those, you can add even the pinky finger to those. You can do some really fast shredding with those, but it has to be fast, otherwise it's, depending on the backing track, it might sound a bit weird. Sudden death. Yeah, I think it's sudden death. Yeah, probably. I have Ibanez. Any thoughts? There's a funny problem that Floyd Rose won from turn to 2, so I need to return that. Oh damn! I can't remember the Ibanez kind of the models, except like this one I have, which is RG652. I'm sorry, I can't remember those model numbers. Bottom under the class, underclass and Clover. I don't think I have. I haven't. I don't think I've still heard like if that's the new one, or even if that's the old one. I haven't heard that. Hey Faris, what's up? Hey Sir Coconut, what's up? I remember your name from the the thriller of a video. What was the first song you learned? Started to play guitar, and I feel bad on my guitar after Sayuk. First song I learned. Well, the first song was on acoustic guitar, but it was kind of a. If my mom's watching, she's gonna laugh probably, but it was like a Manchurian beat, I think, and I don't know what song that even is, but how did that go? How did it go even? This is in D standard, so my ear is kind of throwing me off. Yeah, something like that. It's just like a little melody. But yeah, after that I think I tried to learn like Slayer Antichrist, which was like impossible, because you had to do the power chord shift, which was like no one can do that. That part. And yeah, oh, the fun times. The picking pattern for bleed is actually down, up instead of down, up, down, down. Oh yeah, that makes sense. And I know it's kind of a, how I watch the people play, it's kind of a muscle memory thing going on. So you learn the pattern for the right hand and you just replicate it kind of in a row. But yeah, that makes sense. Hello Lars, what's up? How's the drumming handling your life? Could you show us the opening to Lucretia? I'm in D standard right now, but you mean that? And in that song, by the way, the guitars do play the whole song a bit differently. Like the left and right guitar, I think they don't do the palm mutes nearly as much as the middle guitar, or was it vice versa? But that makes it so you get like a really cool sound when one guitar does palm muting, like, and the other guitar plays. Same with these kind of. Damn the tune. The other guitar plays like. It's like impossible to tune this. I feel bad on my guitar after I. Yeah, I love this guitar, and I don't know. I'm still paying for it, but yeah, it's worth the price, I guess. Hey Oliver, hail to the king or other avenged sevenfold. Do I remember any of their songs? Is the question. I don't know how to play Hail to the King. It's a while since I played the hardest songs by them, so I can't really remember how to play any of the songs. You're slowly starting to keep up with the comms again. Yeah, I'm slowly starting. On Ibanez RG PV walking, any on pitches on my rig. Tube amp, Ibanez RG, something I can't remember those model names. I don't know. My home rig is just my guitar and Roland Cube 40 XL, which is like I think like €200 practice transistor amp. and yeah, it works great at home. And I think you have a 212 tube amp, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem. I think I might have used that same thing on my first band I played in. It was like the bass player's amp. It might have been PV Valve King 212. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it could. Some tips on learning metal songs by ear. It's something that you kind of have to do like step by step. So start with something that's like really simple. Maybe start by learning a melody first. Like take like a simple slow melody, which you kind of you're pretty sure that it doesn't have like too much going on, and then just try to find the first note. Try to kind of also listen to, does it belong to any scale, because usually it's, once you kind of understand what scale the part is in, it's pretty easy to find out the rest of the notes. It's kind of figuring out what the guitar player thought when he wrote the song. And in most of the cases it belongs to a scale or something, but in some cases it's just, you know, chromatic stuff, and then you just have to kind of learn how to kind of recognize different intervals. So let's say you got like a half step interval. Yeah, if you can hear that, okay, that sounds like a half step interval. Then when you find the first note, you know that, okay, that's a half step interval, so it's played next to it. So that's kind of one thing, and you can practice kind of using, if you look at some of the biggest metal bands, you can probably find like isolated guitar tracks, and you can start by kind of listening at those, because then you don't have the drums and vocals and kind of you know, the bass there kind of mixing things up. So yeah, start pretty simple and try to figure out what scale is it in, and yeah, that should get you going. But my amp used at valves were changed. I don't know idea what was. Oh damn! I've never actually changed valves or to valves. I actually don't know how that word translates, but yeah. But yeah, damn! I've never changed anything in my, even in the Crank Revolution 1 tube amp I have. What's the best amp setting and effects? Underclass and Clover is a new song. Oh, okay, cool. What is best? But yeah, I haven't heard that. What is best amp settings and effects? I think it's all about kind of a personal preference. What you want to achieve with the tone. What kind of small things you like in the tone. And the reason I like to use like pretty much big variety of tones is I like kind of certain things in the tone that kind of are not that that important to the kind of the whole picture. So I kind of focus, I should be kind of looking more into what kind of stuff I like, how I like to, you know, how tight low end I like and stuff like that. But I just pretty much love the, you know, the pick attack and the whole, you know, that whole attack in the tone. And that's kind of the main thing. And there's some minor things I like, kind of that little snap in the down picking. And yeah, so I can use pretty much many different tones, and I like how it sounds, because there's like these certain things I like in kind of the own playing, which makes pretty much any tone sound something I like. But my amp used and all, already forget it. Yeah, man. Yeah, that might have been about the Avenged Sevenfold, but yeah, I forget pretty much everything I play, like right after I upload the video. First song was probably Come As You Are. Yeah, I guess many people might have had that, or, you know, Smells Like Teen Spirit, or there isn't many people watching, but you get 90,000 comments per second. Yeah, I'm so far behind in the comments. First song was Sweet Home Alabama, D standard. Thank you for making live. Yeah, no problem. Driving's pretty good. Almost too late. Oh, cool, Lars. Awesome to hear. And what's up, Tom? Intro solo from No One Like You. Don't know how to play that, unfortunately. Tuning the G string always not. Yeah. Damn, I tuned it like 5 minutes ago, so I'm so far behind on the comment. First song I like it. Interesting one, DT. Yeah, sure. Any Plaza Musical was lost today? Sure. I'd like to do both of the bands, so let's see when I have the time for that. Ibanez is 8-string with the images. Damn, you got the gent going. How much worth is your guitar? This was like 1,200, I think, or 12.99 euros. Can't remember Ibanez. Yeah, easy. Listen to Hirsch effect. Damn. Very difficult. Thanks a lot. No problem. What do you think about Slash and Hammett guitar skills? Many guitar teachers say they have very weak technique. I wouldn't kind of personally put any kind of a too big statement on other guitar players' technique, because if you're Kirk Hammett or Slash and you're one of the world's best known guitar players, I think you're doing the right thing. I think you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and if you were doing something else, you weren't yourself. So I think they are doing perfect job as they are, and yeah, honestly, let's say that if they have like some weak technique somewhere, like you know, something could be done differently. And man, my upload rate is bad. But if they're doing like some certain technique differently, it's like, honestly, I don't think everyone should have like one specific way of playing guitar that everyone should kind of aim towards. It's like, I don't know, there's like different ways you can play guitar. There's like different levels of noise you can have in the leads, and that makes your kind of a unique sound. And there's like phenomenal guitar players who aren't that kind of a tight players. There's phenomenal guitar players who aren't that clean players, and that doesn't mean that they are bad. They're phenomenal guitar players who have their own thing going, and they're like really good at their own thing. So yeah. What is the cheapest metal amp that is very affordable? I think you can get like really cheap metal amps nowadays. I'm not sure on the latest models, but I think pretty much any metal amp. You could probably check out some reviews online, or maybe some comparison videos, because that's also about something that kind of what kind of sound you like personally. Managed to get an exact replica of the Black Album tone. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, sure. Change the preamp valves between fears. Ah, okay, yeah. Hey, man. What's up for 24? Worse than a Line 6 Spider. Damn. What in your face to Line 6? Your top 10 rhythm are the best. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Thank you for making a live video. Thank you for watching. It's awesome that people want to check this out. Ibanez Gang. Yeah. Tornado of Souls. I'm in D standard, but yeah. So. And how does this part go? Yeah, something like that, and then you got the... Damn, cold fingers. But yeah, I can't even play that at full speed. I don't know, that's kind of an ending, like... But yeah, should practice that. As soon as you said you were far behind in the comments, you started rushing to read them. Yeah, for sure. Can you play the Chester's Dance? Oh, don't know what that is. I'm sorry. $12.99 can't afford. Yeah, I can't afford that either, so that's why I'm still paying for this. Part payments making me pay like double the price for the guitar in the long run. If you can play it Through the Fire and Flames. I haven't learned that, but that's one tricky song, I think. I paid only $6.50. It was used. A new model would have been. Yeah, if you know what you're looking for in the used guitars, you can get like, of course that's the best way to buy guitars. You can get like the best value for that. But of course, if you know what you're doing, so when you're actually going to test out the guitar, if you're like complete beginner, it can be like it would be good if you have someone who knows a little bit more about the guitars than you, like to check out how the fretwork is done, you know, is the neck kind of twisted, or you know, stuff like that, so you don't get any bad surprises later on. Ibanez doesn't make them anymore, so I don't think you can get them. Ah, okay. Thanks for the answer. Greetings from Russia. Do you know Anton? Okay. Thanks for the comment and greetings to Russia. Anton Oparin. Sorry, I don't know him. I would like to hear your thoughts on Kiko Loureiro. I think he's a phenomenal guitar player, and yeah, I haven't really listened that much of his stuff. At one point, I kind of was checking out some of his like vlog videos on tour with Megadeth. I think when he joined, and yeah, he seems like a fun guy, and I'm kind of jealous for him that he kind of goes around the world with his daughter with him, and it seems like so much fun. And yeah, phenomenal guitar player. Opeth and Michael Åkerfeldt. I haven't listened to them that much, and yeah, I'm kind of a bad guy to ask for opinions on different guitar players, because there's so much I haven't kind of listened to. Master of Puppets. Damn, this tone. This is, by the way, weird. How much of a different sound you get with different picks. Can't really downpick now because, I don't know, so damn cold in here. But yeah, nowhere near up to speed because I don't know if there's like a window open or something, but I'm at my dad's place, so that's why the different setup. Rank your Megadeth guitarist from least favorite to favorite. That's an impossible mission, because I think pretty much all of the guitar players in Megadeth are like just insane. Probably Friedman is my favorite, like Marty, but I don't know, all of them are just phenomenal. Yeah, I can't really compare the others. Cool, you're really chill, dude. Thanks, man. Recommend listening to the opposite track of Deliverance. I think someone asked me to check that out on one of my streams, because that sounds familiar. Master of Puppets kind of new metal. Yeah, pretty much. So does anyone have any guitar playing related questions? I kind of wrote this one song with like a really annoying right hand kind of rhythm. Marty's picking technique is bonkers. Yeah, I need to get the wrist angle going for Marty technique. Gojira Backbone. I don't know any Gojira songs at the moment, but I'm about to make the Gojira hardest song, so if that's like a hard riff, it might find its place in the video. Not really a guitar question per se, but how hard was it to transition to a more music-focused lifestyle? Let's see. Because I've had like lots of music in my life for like a really long time. I think the biggest transition was when I got injured while playing like soccer or football, and I started playing guitar a lot more back then. But I don't know, that was kind of cool. And like a few years ago, when I was still at the day job, I was still listening a lot of music and playing guitar at home. So after I quit my job like 1 year ago, I think it was like more like a really awesome thing, so I could do like the thing I like or thing I love. So yeah, I think that was like a pretty easy to me, and it could have been also that the workplace I was at wasn't that cool, so it was kind of a relief. So I didn't miss it or anything like that. But yeah, it's been like pretty damn cool. Alternate picking tips, especially for playing fast. If you want to play fast, of course you have to think about how much you move the hand. If you do too big motions, you can't play really, you know, really fast. And you need to pay attention to the tone as well, so you're not just playing kind of a... So you got kind of a good tone, not making too big motions. And yeah, it's a bit different when kind of doing like a tremolo picking thing where you don't really count the notes, like how much. Versus kind of where you have like X amount of notes for each part, each fret. If you want to play like really tightly, you know, like kind of a you have to count like how many notes you have on the E string, like how many of those you have between, so you get kind of the same riff every time you play it, so it's not kind of a random amount there. Hey Lucancho, what's up? Have you watched those Steve Stein 3-minute guitar exercises? If you have, what your... I think Steve Stein seems like a cool guitar teacher, so I haven't checked. I think he's like also like pretty not in a bad way, but you know, big brand, you know, guitar teacher with different kind of you know, branded names for different exercises. And I haven't checked out his exercises, but I'm pretty sure that they're like effective. But I'm also sure that he knows how to kind of I think there's like so many exercises that pretty much any exercise is good if you practice it right. So it doesn't matter if you do like 3 minutes of playing like a certain notes. It doesn't matter pretty much if you do a similar thing. But if you kind of practice it badly, so you don't pay attention to the right things, it doesn't really matter which exercise you practice. So I think it's more about exercising kind of your own kind of understanding of the guitar and the musicality when you kind of practicing. So you're not just kind of you're not practicing like a thing X so you can play the exercise perfectly. It's more like you're trying to learn something which you can use in future for pretty much many different things. So if you're playing like alternate picking, like two-hand synchronization exercise, the main goal isn't that you can play this exercise like, so you can play that exercise perfectly. It's more about you kind of learn how to do the two-hand synchronization, which you can use all over the fretboard. So it's kind of you picking up new things by exercising and practicing, which you can kind of that also helps you in the future as a guitar player to improve. Once you can kind of you have more knowledge, so you can kind of analyze your own playing even more. So I'd highly recommend pretty much anyone to kind of also come up with their own exercises. So you can kind of think of, okay, what should I be learning? What do I need to learn? Then you can kind of think, okay, to achieve this goal, I need to be able to do this and this. So let's say you want to learn, I don't know, let's do a simple thing, like Symphony of Destruction main riff. So let's say you want to learn that. You can start to do you can start to create different exercises for that. You can like, okay, there's palm muting. You can figure out, okay, how that's gonna sound like when you palm mute. Where do you need to keep your hand so you get the right sound for that? And then you can also, you know, practice down picking so you can get the. You can maybe do it. You know, just come up with your own stuff that is gonna support the final goal. And yeah, you can play the same thing, like focus on the muting. And you pretty much, you can dissect your own goals in a way where you can kind of start building different exercises or different kind of paths that will lead towards your kind of ultimate goal. But yeah, I'd say that that was kind of a long answer, but yeah, I'd say Steve Stein knows probably what he's talking about. But there's also can be kind of a, you know, this certain hype with like, if you see a video with 5 tips that will get you there, it might be that they work on 90% of the people, but yeah, it's not like you have to work on your individual guitar playing. So it's kind of a, don't do like overgeneralized things. You can try them and see if they work for you, and if they don't, you can try something else. I guess that could be the answer for that. Backbone's riff requires good right hand strength because it's basically just really fast gallop. Ah, okay. I guess I would need, for some really fast galloping, I'd need another pick, because I only have this kind of a, I don't know what pick this is. Can't really do like. It's pretty thick, so can't really do that. Good budget overdrive pedal. I'm the wrong guy to ask because I use so much modeling things. How can I muscle up? How can I muscle up my wrist to do so? Alternate picking. I think it's all about kind of building your right hand kind of a coordination for the hand. So you just need to kind of be consistently practicing so your right hand gets kind of more repetitions to that. And once you kind of practice it a lot, like something simple, and once you practice that enough, at one point you're gonna, like your hand is gonna be more, you can control it more so you can get the faster tempos. But it just requires you to do lots of repetitions and, you know, focus on the repetitions that you're doing them kind of, so you're not doing like a too big motions, or you're not getting bad tone. So you have to do like lots of kind of a good repetitions. Tip Screamer. Yeah, that could be cool. Follow up. Did any of your friends' family voice any concerns when you decided to pursue music as full-time? Not really. Well, the friends I had like a couple of years ago, I actually studied as like a warehousing. Warehouse. I don't know what's the English term for that, but pretty much like you know, truck driving and stuff like that. And people were pretty much laughing about, yeah, you're gonna be a guitar player doing YouTube videos, yeah. But I really don't. I don't know. I guess I'm used to, because I used to play football at like relatively high level. There's like always people who say you can't do stuff, and you just have to kind of do it. I don't know if that was like a Nike advertisement, but yeah, I don't know. There's always people kind of either they're jealous or they're just being a morons. So yeah, I guess at some point, if my channel grows or if everything goes well, I could maybe ask them like, yeah, how are you doing? Like, well, not really. I don't want to annoy people. But yeah, there's always going to be people who don't want you to succeed. So you just have to kind of do your own. Have your own kind of firm beliefs that, yeah, you're going to do it. There's no other chance that, yeah, I'm going to make it. and there's gonna be like bumps in the road, but of course if you be consistent you're gonna make it. Sepultura and Max Cavalera. Oh, I love Max Cavalera. And I haven't listened to new Sepultura, but I love, like, you know, Nailbomb, old Sepultura. That's like really cool stuff. I'm not used to talking this much on stream, so I'm getting like, oof. Even though I'm a student, I find it so hard with my family and even some friends to make them not just understand, but also to not interfere with the amount of time I'm trying to put in the music. I think my family has been really supportive, but I think my wife and my wife's family, it's kind of that situation that whatever my wife wants to do, her family is kind of against it and wants her to just go to a school and, you know, do the regular thing. But I think it's kind of since I know you and I know you put lots of effort into things, I know there's like good things are going to come out when you do lots of work, and you also, like, when you learn new things, you learn where you need to put your efforts into, so you're not just doing one thing and missing out on the other stuff. But yeah, I guess you just kind of have to prove it to them, and kind of because I've heard like some stories from successful people whose families didn't support them and stuff like that. So maybe you could also check into that. I think there's some books, or even like you can just Google like successful people who came from pretty much without any support or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you can find like some good tips for that right there. I'm planning on buying a guitar and start learning. Which web pages and guides do you recommend? Well, that's kind of a tough question, because there's pretty much everything available on the internet, like for free. But it would be useful if you have something, if you start learning. It would be good if you have only like maybe one, like at first you have like one person you're checking out for like a course or something similar, or maybe one website which has like maybe a course on learning, because there's gonna be like so many different approaches, and if you start to kind of wander around too much, you might be kind of overwhelmed with the amount of information there is available. So maybe try to find something that has like a beginner's course and it will cover a lot of topics. And also check out, you know, reviews that the course is good or the website is good, or even YouTube. I'm sure there's like good video series on YouTube about learning guitar. So maybe check out some which have like high amounts of likes and which has like lots of different episodes. So you get like lots of information from the same source. And if you don't know what to learn, that same guy can kind of you can just check out his next video. So you kind of have something that you can follow. So it's not just kind of randomly Googling around what to do. But yeah, having said that, I think YouTube probably has like pretty much everything you need. And yeah, do you have a plan on releasing an album or collaborating with other YouTube guitarists, kind of like Rob Scallon's The Scene is Dead? Yeah, I actually, a few days ago I had an idea of releasing like an album, and I have a collaboration coming out in the next few weeks with like Andrea Bocaruso, James Lace, Rudy Ayoub. Oh, there's so many guitar players. I'm gonna miss so many. So, but yeah, Attila Veros, ex Nevermore guitar player. There's like lots of cool guitar players. So yeah, I think that's coming up. I meant those picking speed related 3-minute exercise where you pick alternate or just down with the fastest tempo you could play 3 minutes straight with metronome. Picking speed related 3-minute exercises. 3 minutes straight. I'd say that's really good if you can really, let's say, if I understood it right, you play 3 minutes at max tempo, which you can keep for 3 minutes. So I'd say the consistency in that would be kind of the key. So you're not just kind of a, you know, starting relaxed and like, you know, at the end of 3 minutes you're gonna be like doing the whole different technique. So I'd say that's like a really cool thing if you just kind of also pay attention to the tone, pay attention to the kind of and also, you know, paying attention to the right hand wrist, like where the motion is coming from and stuff like that. So you pay attention to more than just the kind of the actual exercise. You're kind of paying attention and being aware of what your hands are doing. I definitely would buy it if you're gonna release it. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I have to see how I would release it. It would probably be like free, but you could maybe like, you know, I could do maybe some CDs which you could buy if you want. Opinion on latest Overkill single. I haven't heard for some reason. Like right wrist position. I started to play like you, pretty cool and more easy to play now. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it's kind of a thing that has changed. Like pretty much my technique has changed in the past years, or I don't know, in the past 10 years. So I used to play a lot like this for like the first 3 or 4 years, like a pretty angled wrist. But yeah, I found this to be like overall more comfortable thing. And you can do much easier like you know, some string skipping stuff, and yeah. Backbone riff is on 2 strings. Oh damn. The pick thickness. Oh man, I'm so falling behind on the comments. Pick thickness would you recommend for alternate picking? I think it all depends on the tone you want and what speeds are you looking to get to. Because if you want to play like really fast stuff, it's also a lot about kind of the edge of the pick and not just the thickness. So let's say, for example, the Dunlop, I think it's Dunlop, sharp picks, which like really, you know, really sharp pick. Not the Altex sharp, but I think it's Tordex sharp. Really sharp edges. I really love the tone which those picks have, but you can't really, with so sharp edge, without any kind of angles there, it's really hard to play like really fast. So I'd say what you could do is just see what works for you, what gets the tone you want, and kind of maybe buy like a mix pack of different picks and try to play with each for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. Play with each pick for a while and see how you get used to that, and is there something you would like a little bit different in that pick, and yeah, just go to the next one, and after that you should have like a pretty good idea for what works with you. Because I think guitar playing is like so player specific thing, like it's really unique to each individual guitar player what works and what doesn't. Like for most of the people, for example, thick picks are good if you play some shreddy stuff, but there's some like like Jason Becker, for example. If you take, I think he uses like 0.6 millimeter picks and 8 gauge string set or something like that in his last years of guitar playing at least. So he plays with like a really thin pick and shreds like crazy, and yeah, it's like you can test out what works for you. So that will be kind of the best thing to do. Galloping Bard for Raining Blood. Oh yeah. Hey Cowpop, what's up? Enjoy your vids, man. Keep it up. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, man. Tone is good. Yeah, cool. Maiden. I'll read a few more comments about guitar playing, and then I'll probably. I have like a new website thing going on, so I need to work on that. It's gonna be like different kinds of lessons in there. And mixing is one of the things I really want to focus on. So the guy who does the mixing for my videos, he's gonna make some lesson videos there. So need to start working on that. So let's check the rest of the comments. Metallica use chorus effect in nothing else. Don't ask me, because I can't remember how that song was even. Nothing else matters. Yeah, I'm so lost. No problem, Jose. Check out Udemy. Cheap guitar course to get you started. Yeah, that's one good place. Can't wait to see your collaborations. Yeah, me neither. I just got like latest collaboration video from Joseph, who was part of the collaboration. He did like 3 insane leads for Pantera's Track to Waters, Throes of Rejection, and Revolution Is My Name. And he just completely shredded like those leads out, like it's insane. But yeah, I can't wait for the whole huge video to kind of form. It's gonna be like so damn sick. I'm not gonna say a name, but hey, I feel like I practice a lot but still don't see that much of an improvement. What do I do? Well, the kind of the simple answer would be that if you do the same thing over and over again, you're gonna get the same results. So if you're not getting like results you're happy with, or you're not progressing, you need to change up how you practice. So that's the main thing, is you have to change things up by there's like so many different ways that you can try out and see what works for you. But for example, I can share like some of my own kind of discoveries which helped me, because without seeing your playing, it's hard to say like what you should do for your own guitar playing to improve. But for me, for example, playing leads, like 5 years ago I changed from, I used to playing only economy picking, and I had this weird angling thing going on where I did this thing and my timing was way off. So the big thing that helped me was that I learned how to alternate pick, and that helped even the economy picking like so damn much. It helped it like so much. And yeah, that's like one of the big things. And let's say for riffing, what really helped was changing the wrist angle. And that's also something that you need to kind of try out, but it might not work for you. But when I changed the wrist angle a little bit, I could kind of reach the other strings much better. Also, one other thing was what helped me a lot when playing 3-note per string scales. That kind of stuff is, I used to think of them as like triplets, as like 3 notes that I would play like 1, 2. And that kind of messed up my kind of thinking around those riffs, because I would have to do like a downstroke for the first pattern, upstroke for the next pattern, and it would kind of mess up, so I couldn't get the timing right, and there was like so much going on that it was so hard to kind of do the kind of the string switches. So for that, what helped me was I started to kind of think of them as 6-note groups. So once I think of them as like the next thing I have to do is play an upstroke on the D string. I mean downstroke, and then a downstroke on the B string. So now I just have to think about like the first note on the E string, then the D string and the B string. So my hands are like really cold, but this pick is like really squeaky. But yeah, that's really helped me to get like past that kind of a one barrier of speed, where I just couldn't get it faster. And also what helped me, talking about that, is kind of playing too fast and trying to not overthink my hands when playing. So let's say I was so focused on kind of the being aware of what your hands are doing. So I was just like, so when I start to kind of push the speed to much higher than what I could kind of think about, I realized that yeah, my hands can kind of handle the thing without me. Like when I have practiced properly, my hands keep doing that same thing even at faster tempos. So I can just kind of bump up the metronome even more, and I don't have to kind of focus on everything when I play like really fast. But those are like some things, but yeah, there's like probably hundreds of different things which can help you. So what you should do is kind of switch things up and learn new things or new approaches, or kind of you know, don't do the same thing. Maybe try different picks, try thinner strings, try thicker strings, try, you know, change up the technique, change up the wrist position, change up, you know, there's like different things you can do. And of course for the practicing, think about what you're thinking right now when you practice, and try to pay your attention to other stuff than those what you have paid attention to for the past while. Ooh. Get rid of that name might help. Yeah, maybe. Do you lay your arm on the guitar? Do you rest your wrist on the bridge? I have kind of this thing here, and also rest this here. And if I play leads, I usually have this thing on the strings. Without angling the hand too much, of course. Knocking on heavens. Skip. Really, I played like this, position of the wrist laying on top, but I had pain in hand when playing Raise this by Lamb of God just on this side. I actually, this is kind of a different thing, but I actually get pain in my left hand if I play like a bluesy stuff like this, and if I use my pinky, because I have like a thing in my elbow which is kind of a, I guess it probably could get solved with some exercises, but it starts to hurt my pinky and my hand if I do this, or if I do this. So I just have to use this technique. So yeah, if something hurts, then of course you have to change it up a little bit. What's up, Sleigh Riser? 5 minutes long. Yeah, we can talk about that collaboration next week. Obituary of Death. I have to say Death just because I've listened to them more. But yeah, Obituary is awesome too. Should I practice more? I watch less this stream. If you want to improve your guitar playing, yeah, stop watching the stream and go practice. Everyone, go practice and yeah, get the metronome going, or you know, get the different patterns going. But of course you might learn something new which helps you in exercises. But yeah, I don't know. Death replay with Obituary. Download for 37% less squeaky. Damn, that's some science. In a hotel. This is my dad's place. I actually filmed the top 10 thrash metal bands in this place. This is the same bed behind me. Like knocking on heaven's door. I don't know how to play that. It's too hard. I think I've had pain in the left hand. So bring it on. Oh, okay. No problem, man. Yeah, I really like this. So I think this is probably my favorite type of stream, where I just answer stuff. So I guess I should do this more regularly. But yeah, I'm gonna be continuing the work on the website thing I have going on. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to get launched, but maybe you will hear it at some point. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and yeah, see you in the next stream. And I have to do a little plug. If anyone wants to get the lessons, you can check out my website for that, or send me an email. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching and joining. See you later.